when you could clear all of that and bring that into alignment, you can choose consciously what you want to create and what is available for you and what is available for the choosing.
Welcome to the Words of Wisdom podcast. This is the place to be to raise the consciousness within in order to create a life and business of ease, flow, and freedom. This podcast offers inspiring stories, strategies, and special guests to help you become your most aligned self. I am Minerva Maharaj, a former NBA Toronto Raptors dancer turned ICF accredited spiritual life coach, founder of Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching, and Star Seed Academy coach training. My soul's mission is to show you the impossible is truly possible. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's get to awakening your soul's wisdom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Words of Wisdom. I am grateful to have you here today. Today, what I'm going to share with you are 3 steps on how to make a career leap. So, whether you're at that desk job, hating what you do, and you want to make a leap, you want to make a change in your career, but you're a little unsure what to do, when to do it, or perhaps you're building a business. I work with a lot of coaches, student coaches who are working at their job, but then starting their coaching business on the side. Or you may have another type of business while you're at work and you want to make things, kind of move forward. You want to make that leap. You want to get things going along a little faster. Or perhaps you're in a situation where you did make that career change. You left that job. You're starting a new business. You're a consultant, you're a coach, you're a healer, and you're ready to make the next level happen for you. These 3 steps are going to help you make that leap in your career no matter where you're at. And this is something I use even well into my businesses that I always come back to are 3 foundational steps that I use. So I want to share them with you so that you can apply them based on where you're at and that you can progress forward to that greater vision that you have for yourself. So get that pen and paper ready and let's get to it. So, number 1, to make any career leap, I want you to start with stability. Start from a grounded space. You can meditate. You can do earthing, put your feet against the floor. It's a moment to get grounded. It's a moment to get still. Because often where I see a lot of people, students, my clients, kind of mess up is that we start taking action from a very ungrounded space, from a very unregulated space. We got to go, go, go. It's from this frantic energy. It's from this fear based energy. It's from a lack energy. It's very much ungrounded. And you're doing it often because you're like, I have this idea, I got to go, or I got to make things happen now. I got to do, do, do. And you need to get into the practice of being grounded, starting your day off like that. This past weekend, as we're recording this, there's the long weekend in Canada, the Family Day weekend. It was also my husband's birthday. I actually was doing a really cool dance project as well. I'll share a little bit more about that on my Instagram page. There was a lot going on. And coming into the week, starting the week on a Tuesday, my work week on a Tuesday, normally I take the Monday to get grounded. I do my personal development, I meditate, I cleanse and clear, I get refocused, I get aligned with my vision, and then I start planning for the week and the weeks ahead. And so I felt very ungrounded starting Tuesday because now Tuesday normally is my first work day. So I didn't have that grounding and planning day, which was normally my Mondays. And so I did both on the Tuesday. And I noticed a difference. Like I could have jumped right into work because, oh God, it's Tuesday. Got to start recording my podcast, got to start doing the things. I could choose to do it from that space of like, hurry up. Oh my gosh, we're already late into the week. I lost a day, that frantic lack energy. Or I could choose to slow everything down. And the only thing that really comes first is getting grounded. The grounding and planning comes first for me because it's from that energy. When I take that time to ground, to clear, to get still, to regulate, to clear all the other stuff that's coming up, the ego mind, because that's always going to be there. So you have to have that practice to clear that energy, to clear that talk, to clear the ego, to calm the ego down before you move forward. That's, in my experience, what works best because that's what builds stability. That is how you scale over time. You have to have a grounded practice. So, my first step for you is to get grounded, to get stable, to get still. When you're in that state, then you can go into the next steps. When you get grounded, you get still, you can hear that soul talk. You can hear your higher self. You can hear God. You can connect to source. That should be the first and most important thing of your day and foremost important thing before you make any move in your career or the next steps in your business or the next step within your day or your week. And especially when you're making a big decision within your career or what to do with your business or you're feeling stuck, get grounded, get still, and start stabilizing from that. Get steady. Because then it's from that space of steady, from groundedness, that you will then create more of that within your life, within your business, within your finances, when you get grounded and still. When you choose to disregard that and not start from that space, you're going to get caught up in that race. You're going to get caught up with the ego mind. You're going to get caught up and start acting from a space of fear, from that frantic energy, as I mentioned. Your first step is to get grounded so that you can silence the mind, silence the ego, and start hearing yourself and start hearing your higher self and your higher power in the higher consciousness. Number two, once you are grounded, connect to that clear feeling vision. This is something I teach my private clients, so I won't go into it in too much depth. But basically, the gist of it is your vision. What is your future vision? What is your vision for your life, for yourself, for your family, for your life, for your entire life and being? It doesn't have to be like out of like 30, 60 years from now. Perhaps it is, but it doesn't have to be. But I start thinking like 1 to 3 years. So you have this vision, but I say a clear feeling vision because everything is energy. Everything is just responding to your energy. So when you have this vision, it's not just about seeing it, it's really about feeling it. So I am clear within my being what this feels like, what it looks like, the sensations of it all. I tap into all my senses. I have this clear feeling vision in my entire body. I could see it, I could feel it, I could smell it, I could sense it. I'm like in it. Then you tap into that. So, what is that vision for you, for your life, for your career, for your business, for your finances, for your wealth? Number one, start from that grounded space. And then it's so much easier to then connect to that clear feeling vision. I tap into that clear feeling vision every day, multiple times a day, especially the times I make sure I do that at least morning and night. But especially in the times where I'm like, oof, things just start getting overwhelming. I have two businesses, I have two babies. I love my life. It's very rich and full in so many ways. There's still those moments where you can get off track. We're all going to get off track. The thing that always brings me back is my clear feeling vision. Is this aligned to my clear feeling vision when it comes to me making a decision in any of my businesses? Is this aligned to my clear feeling vision? Or when I'm asking myself, what's next? I tune into the clear feeling vision. So you need that focal point. So, what is that focal point for you for your business, for your career, for your life, for your relationships? Come back to that clear feeling vision because that's what's going to help you take the next aligned step. When you have this vision, the only way you're going to make leaps and bounds in your career and in your life and in your business and in your finances is by having a vision. You're not going to do it haphazardly. You're not going to do it by just throwing spaghetti on the wall. You're not going to do it by being unconscious. What you end up creating in the unconscious is when you don't take the time to really assess what's going on in your every being of you, the mental being of you, the emotional being of you, the energetic being of you, to see what you have and hold within those levels of you. So when you ground and then you can cleanse and clear, when you could clear all of that and bring that into alignment, you can choose consciously what you want to create and what is available for you and what is available for the choosing. So, how does that come back to making leaps and bounds in your career? Is by having a clear feeling vision, is by having a focal point. Otherwise, you don't have a vision. You don't have a clear goal. Therefore, how are you going to make that leap? And also, if you're thinking, my life's not moving fast enough, not that it has to move fast, but if you feel really stuck, check back into your vision. And sometimes as simply as asking yourself, what is it that I want? Ask yourself every day, what is it that I want? You come back to that vision. That vision is connected to your soul. It's connected to alignment. It's connected to what's meant for you. When you silence yourself and you surrender yourself to that. When you have that vision, then you're better able and equipped and lined up to then make those bounds, to make those bigger steps in your career. So that when you make those steps in your career, it feels good. It feels in alignment. It feels exciting. Yeah, you can have a little bit of that fear and nervousness. That's always going to be there, and that's okay. But end of the day, what you're creating, you're not going to look back and regret it. You're not going to question it because that clear feeling vision was always in alignment to you, your higher self, God, source, spirit, your soul. Okay. Quick recap before we go into the third one. So, number one, you need to get stable. You need to ground, get grounded before you make any leaps and bounds, because that's what's going to build the sustainable growth in the versus if you're rocky, shaky, frantic, and trying to make those leaps and bounds. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to last. It's just not going to be sustainable for the long run. So get grounded, number one. The number two, tap into that clear feeling vision. I'm sure I have some meditations on that. Tune into it and let that be your focal point. That's the story that you're creating. That's that's the life you're creating. That's the reality you're going to create. It has to feel connected on every level of you. You don't need to know the how. That's not what this is about. You just have to have that vision that you feel and it permeates every being of you, the emotional, mental, physical, energetic, spiritual being of you. And it's just like, it's there. You just feel it. You just know it. That becomes your driving force. That becomes the thing you come back to all the time. So that's number two. So the third step to make leaps and bounds in your career, or any area of your life, really, is then tap into spirit led actions. You then take spirit led actions. In other words, inspired actions, spirit in motion. So, not just any old action you think, okay, this is what I got to do. I go find a book. I got to quit my job. I got to do this. I gotta, or I should. Any of that heavy energy, any of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, any of that, no, throw that out as far as you can out of your field of awareness. This is spirit led actions. The only way you're going to make real leaps and bounds in your career, in your money, in your life is by allowing your spirit to lead. The one that feels inspiring, the one that feels light, the one that feels exciting to do, no matter how big or small the move is. I actually hope this is a very small move for you that feels exciting, that feels like, oh, this is going to be fun, that lights you up, that feels expansive, light and free. We talked about this in the last episode about living in alignment to your true calling. You want to choose actions, and you're going to better know these actions when you're grounded, when you have a clear vision. Then what's the next inspired step? What does spirit want me to do? Spirit led actions will then lead to that spirit filled life, that spirit filled reality. So you're choosing these actions that feel so good, feel aligned, that feel exciting, that feel fun, that feels so easy that you cannot lose. And if you choose every day one spirit led action, and then two, and then three a day, and then you come back, on the weekend, you do one spirit led action, or back on Monday, you do two spirit led actions. You exude this energy. You're moving in the right direction in alignment to your vision, to what your soul, God's source, has intended for you. You co create heaven on earth. That's the only way you're going to do it. You're not going to do it from a place of feeling heavy, disgruntled, tense, tight, worried all the time. So, no matter where you're at in your business, in your career, in your finance, in your life, whatever area, the only way to make sustainable leaps and bounds is by having a practice and following these three steps. These three steps are in like my everyday. When I'm on track, when I'm off track, just come back to this. If you're at the desk, if you're building a business while you have a job, if you made that big leap, no matter where you are at in your career, start with number one, a grounding practice. Get grounded, meditate, walk, be out of nature, do some earthing, journal, whatever brings you back to you, gets you grounded. Get grounded, get clear, get still. Then from that place, start creating, start choosing. Then tune into that clear feeling vision, meditate, tune into it, write it out, read it. What's that clear feeling vision? And then from that space, allow your spirit to lead your actions, to lead your movements, to lead your decision making. That's where you're going to start seeing real progress, because you're letting go of the ego. You're letting go of the ego mind and the ego leading, fear leading, the questioning, the doubting, all the things that we do to ourselves that keep us stuck and that doesn't create those leaps, right? So I really hope this speaks to you. I want to know how this works for you. Go to my website, goddessofwisdom.ca/podcast. Leave the reviews in the podcast comment section. DM me on Instagram. I want to know how this is working for you. I want to know where you're at in your career. I want to hear your visions for yourself. Declare it, say it out loud, and I'm happy to be witness to that. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, you feel free to leave a review if this inspires you. We always welcome that. That helps this podcast reach other people. If you know you're ready for that career leap to become a certified spiritual life coach, check out starseedacademycoachtraining.com. We have a ICF accredited program to become a certified coach. And this is for people who know they have those intuitive gifts, those spiritual gifts that can change lives. They want to be of service, and they want to create a life of freedom, wealth, and service for themselves. And we help you with that career leap, whether you do this part-time or full-time, whatever you decide for you. We help you create a life and a business of service and a financial, energetic, mental, spiritual freedom for yourself, and to create that for other people. We have our next cohort starting soon, so just go to starseedacademycoachtraining.com to learn more and apply for a spot today. Thank you all for listening. Sending you all so much love and light.